Hi everyone, this is Chantay. I'm here with a late night of my analysis. I'm so sorry. I was on the phone for like an hour and some minutes. Well, hour and 30 minutes with my family. And I'm glad that I was able to be on the phone with them because unfortunately we cannot be all in the same vicinity, but we can still be emotionally connected. Hey Joseph, we can all be connected with our family. So I'm glad to have that time with my mommy because I do miss my parents very much so, even though they're in another borough. But it's like, hello. It's like it's so hard to not see them once a week. But let's get into COVID-19. We are still in the midst of a pandemic. I usually write down my numbers, but today I'm lazy. I worked like an 8-hour day. I'm tired. I went to the store, got back in, and I was on the phone for an hour with my mom. Hey. And when you're on the phone with your parents for a whole hour, you get sidetracked and you have to do other things. So thank God I got a bookmark on here. So global confirmed cases with COVID, we're at 105,364, 105,364 cases, 364,566 cases of COVID. The global death toll is 2,298,188. The U.S. confirmed cases as follows: 26,807,202, and the U.S. death toll is 459,356. Now, when I go to the global map here, I see India is at 10.8 million. Brazil is at 9.4 million. United Kingdom has surpassed Russia. They're at 3,922,910. Russia's at 3,891,274. And we have three strands of this virus. We have the Brazilian strand, the UK strand that's been here for a while, and now we have the South African strand. France is at 3.3. Spain is at 2.9. Italy is at 2.6. Turkey's at 2.5. Germany is at 2.2. Colombia is at 2.1. Argentina is at 1.9. Well, 1,970,009. Mexico's at 1.9, which is 1,912,871. So, and South Africa has 1,000,000.4. So, yes, the global numbers are bad. People ask about the recovery rates. And according to New York still has the highest death toll at 44,000. But the recovery rate is 131,165. But just because you recover from COVID, you picked up a new pre-existing condition. If you never had one, you have one now. And if you had one prior, you have another one. Which those COVID malabilities is last longing. But now California is about to have almost more than New York. California is now second with 43,538 deaths. So those are the death tolls that's on my Johns Hopkins website browser. Now I'm going to go to New York Times COVID map here. It will tell me, and of course the Rust Belt is in the Midwest are the hot spots of the week. Not surprising. Alrighty. So California has 3,388,296. Texas, 2,476,757. Florida, 1,763,865. New York has 1,459,066. Illinois, 1,143,864. Ohio has 914,530. Georgia has 909,170. Pennsylvania has 867,502. North Carolina has 787,556. And Arizona rounds out the top 10 with 777,038. So California has almost 4 million, and Georgia and Ohio is about to be in the millions. If we know Ohio is going to be in the millions real soon, and so is Georgia. They have a trajectory on being where they at. So yeah, but there is a national strategy. So the Biden and Harris administration orders some more vaccines. It's supposed to be coming really soon. Not sure what the timeline is. Also, with relief, that's what we got to get to. And I had a news alert this morning because that thing popped up this morning on my feed. And trust me, I woke up to that. I was like, ooh. So I'm going to check my news app so I can read the article. Not the whole thing, but some. Because this here is a sign of something is about to get done. To the Senate. It should say COVID relief. So the COVID relief was passed by the Democrats. Not sure what the number, but it was partisan split. So it was 50 Republicans and 50 Democrats because those are in the body. And the vice president, she was the deciding vote. Vice President Harris made the deciding vote and sided with her Democratic colleagues into passing a resolution to order to pass the COVID relief. So Biden says next stimulus, according to CNBC, checks will be targeted to $1,400. Which, why is it $1,400? Because the $600 was passed in early January, even though it's February, even though I prefer $2,000. But $1,400 is not, it's something. It was better than the plan that the 10 GOP senators proposed in with $1,000 checks and only 300 weekly extra unemployment benefits and no $15 minimum wage. So with this particular plan, the $1,400 stimulus is there. Also, there's it includes long-term unemployment to close to the Great Recession record. Is close to a Great Recession record. There's also a $15 minimum wage in there, and half of the Americans will bet on the Super Bowl. I guess that's the personal finances. But there is a $1,500 there is a $1,400 stimulus paycheck and also a $15 minimum wage, national minimum wage. There was already states doing it, like New York. It was the first state, one of the first states to actually implement a $15 minimum wage. I don't know about what California is, and Florida just voted on for it. So, and Florida voted for it. Their cost of living is going up. But this is a good start, and there's going to be more money for vaccine rollouts and and yada yada. But there was also the HEROES Act that passed that should be passed as well, and that's my opinion, because Democrats, if they want to use their power, they need to pass the rescue plan, the HEROES Act, which has student loan cancellation debt in it as well, even though it's $10,000. That is something. That's interesting. In a house? I highly doubt it. And honestly, if it's eliminating the house, it's stupid because most of these people that represent these states, their constituents is poor as hell. And they lost their jobs and they're waiting for a relief check. So for them to like kill it sounds dumb. But if you want to be poor, if you want your constituents to be poor, that is your business. By all means necessary, that is your business. You want them to live in a hut, that is your business. But $15 minimum wage is not bad. Hello, is not bad. Like I said, New York, we have a $15 minimum wage already. The cost of living everywhere is going up. Not just in big cities, smaller places too. The cost of living is going up. And it's going up pretty goddamn bad. I know I work from home. I'm happy. But there's other people that don't have the privilege like I do to work from home. And they say the office on my job will be open in July, but I feel like the offices around the country don't need to be open until it is safe, until there's temperature checks, until you're vaccinated. Because when you are just coming in regularly, like it's a regular schmegular degular and trying to hug people, you're going to give people COVID. And I really don't like people touching me already, but the fact is that you want to give me a hug because you haven't seen me in a long time, back the fuck up for a quick second. Don't touch me. You can do the old man wave, but don't touch me. Don't touch me. But that's with COVID. This is going to be an ongoing thing. COVID is honestly, this whole thing is not going to be done till close to 2022, probably into 2022. Why are you saying that, Chantay? The reason why I am saying this is because it's a global pandemic. The last pandemic that we had that lasted this long was the influenza of 1918. And that lasted for 2 years. The president then, of course, he was a racist, a Dixiecrat damn near, and was a science denier, like the previous president. It's absolutely way contagious. And listen, these politicians going to have to get it together, because if they want to keep their seat, they may want to listen to their constituents. It's called town halls, and you can have virtual town halls. Because as long as you deny people their right to not have, you're better than I am. Because I see 2022. And the reason why I see 22 on a strategic scale, because you got to get people to wear their goddamn masks. Yes, you want people to be vaccinated. You can take all of the vaccines in the world. You can get stick here and stick there and stick in your stomach, whatever you want to get sticked at, even though they stick you in your arm. But if you do not wear your mask, wash your hands, and social distance, you will get sick. If you touching the surface and touching your face, you get sick. When you're around too many people, you will get sick. Your ass will get sick. That's why I always say in these little videos, and people think like, oh, Chantay just talking out her ass. Wear your mask. And this time, since we have 3 strands of COVID, we have the South African strand, the Brazilian strand, and we been had the European strand. The best thing is to wear 2 masks. If you got a cloth mask, have your cloth mask on top of your surgical mask. Surgical mask, I live in New York. Those who live in New York, surgical masks are a pack in like a variety store, like a 99-cent store. A pack of 10 masks is $1.99. Because buying it online sometimes is like $25, and then buying it in some places like Dwayne Reed and CVS, it's like $34.99 for 50 masks. That's a lot of money for a mask. I'm frugal. I'm the most frugal shopper you ever seen. If you live in New York, you go to Jack's 99-cent store on 32nd and 6th. I think they got one on 40th and 5th. They have lot less in downtown, like near Worth Street, and in the 40s. You can go and get yourself a pack of masks for $1.99. 10 packs of masks. It does not cost that much money. And if you went to Old Navy, and sometimes Old Navy, if you want a cloth mask, Old Navy has masks sometimes on sale for $5. They just recently sell all their Christmas masks for 47 cents. I've been double masking, and I think Jamila's on here since before Thanksgiving, because I don't play that with this virus. I'm very serious. So yeah, and they do need to. I feel like they need to. We need another national lockdown, and everybody's just like, why? Because you want to slow the spread and bend the curve. And the only way we can do that is we stay our asses home. It's wintertime. Where you gotta go? Where you gotta go? Nowhere. It's winter. Got snow on the ground, and we're gonna have another snowstorm this weekend. Yeah, the first mask, I had a N95 mask. My sister gave it to me. But when my other sister was hospitalized before COVID, I took some of the masks from outside of her hospital room, because the people in my building were wearing their masks. No, the Asian people in my building was wearing their masks, and I'm like, what is going on? There's something that you need to tell your neighbors of what is going on, so we prepare ourselves. And it was COVID. Something that the president, then candidate, now President Biden, told everybody about, and even warned knucklehead that had his position about. Even lent him his plan and said, you can use my plan. He said no. So here we are. Absolutely, they knew. They knew. People in my building knew. They was on it so quick that I was like, no reason why I took some of these masks from the hospital. Sure enough, had them on. And then my sister took some from her job. And then I ordered some from Amazon. 100 for $25. And yep, Jamila, you did say that to me. People knew in Africa. And then I had my cloth mask. My elder sister made me a mask. So I was masked. I did not play that with this virus. I used to tell people, get the hell away from me. Back the up. I'm not the one. But yeah, I mean, this virus is absolutely, yeah. And you guys were lacking PPE. The nurses, some of the nurses was getting sick, especially here in New York. Some of the nurses were getting sick. It was crazy. It was crazy. I was like, I applaud them all the time. I don't be out my window like clap. No, I'll be like, I applaud them all day, every day. Yeah. Yeah, you guys, y'all do your damn thing. Y'all do the damn thing. So I appreciate all the medical frontline workers, not just only the doctors, because the doctors always get praised, but the nurses, their nurse techs, and the hospital administration. And that includes the maintenance. That's right. I said the maintenance. So that is enough on COVID. This impeachment trial. So y'all know the New York con artist, formerly known as known as Donald Trump, has been impeached again for an article of impeachment, the first article of impeachment, which is incitement of an insurrection. Y'all know the insurrection that happened on January 6th. That's a month ago, as of tomorrow, where 5 people were killed and our congressional representation all across this country were in fear for their lives, especially the Democratic side. And also the New York con artist in chief's line of succession, including his loving and adorable vice president, Michael Richard Pence. When they say hang Mike Pence. Hey, cousin. But yeah, it's time for the New York con artist in chief to be impeached. Maybe he will be convicted. Who knows? But then you have 45 senators on the GOP side rejecting to have a trial. But because only 5 out of the 50 voted with the Democrats to have a trial and have a fair trial, as they say. And I'm not sure witness is going to be there, but the New York con artist in chief, sure enough, is rejecting to show up. Because, honestly, if you're from New York, you know that Donald Trump is the worst person in court. I mean, for crying out loud, his ass had to settle so many times you can't even count, because he's that terrible in court. That terrible. So imagine if he's in front of the impeachment managers. And these ones is just as bad. Well, Jamie Raskin is good, but I always love Adam Schiff. Because Adam Schiff had the serious face. He got that Bostonian swag, like, look at you with a serious face. He used to be a federal prosecutor. So it's just like, kind of scared of Adam Schiff. But Jamie Raskin is tough, but Jamie Raskin look like he got a light, nice, kind heart. Not Adam Schiff. Oh no. And that secret vote, yeah, they will drive him crazy. But even to me, I feel like secret votes, honestly, with these Republicans, they're punks. Like, there's some punk ass bitches. Like, I gotta keep it real. Like, y'all voted with this man for the last 4 years. Y'all voted for his judges. Y'all voted to confirm his unqualified cabinet. Let's see. You help him pass his racist and bigoted and misogynistic policies. His unhumanitarian, I don't know if unhumanitarian is a word, his policies, those policies that affect black and brown people, lower the population of this country, try to like do something with the census. And now y'all talking about this unity. Impeachment will divide our country. You guys played in a division, grand old party. Y'all did. Y'all called yourselves the Party of Lincoln, the Party of Calvin Coolidge, the Party of Dwight Eisenhower, the Party of Ronald Reagan. Y'all didn't really call yourself the Bush Party because y'all didn't like the Bushes like that because they were moderates. And Y'all call yourselves the party of globalism, the pro-life party, the party of conservatism. And y'all even refer to yourselves as fiscal hawks. But let's be clear. The Republican Party since 1964 has been the party of white men, old white men, and grooming young white men that come from a wealthy background. Y'all the party of enabling white supremacists, the party of white supremacists, and also affiliates of the Tea Party. And now QAnon, along with the two-time impeached New York con artist in chief. Y'all also made a voice for the insurrectionists in y'all party that serves in Congress, as well as the rioters. You guys are the party that blew up the deficit. So that fiscal hawkish bullshit ass policy and stance that y'all do is some straight up ass bullshit. The Republican Party is not the party of morality. They are the party of white supremacy. And it may be extreme, but I am telling the damn truth. And it has what I've seen and witnessed within the last 4 years. So they have no room to talk about unity. And that includes the punk ass bitch himself, Kevin McCarthy. And speaking of the GOP, since I forgot to put it in a sub thing on my notebook, the House yesterday voted to strip the committees of Marjorie Greene Taylor, They voted to strip the committees of Marjorie Taylor Greene, the QAnon lady. Only 11 Republicans joined 220 Democrats. No, 219 Democrats within this vote. Am I surprised? No, I'm not. Not surprised at all. Some people are like, I'm lucky it's 11. I'm not surprised at this vote. I knew only a handful of Republicans will actually voted with the Democrats. And that included Adam Kinzinger. He voted with the Democrats. But just because he voted with the Democrats to strip Marjorie Taylor Greene's committee assignments, he is still not a hero. Adam Kinzinger has voted repeatedly 90% with Donald Trump. When there was the comment on both sides, like there was white supremacists were good people on both sides, he said nothing. Or maybe it was me not paying attention, but I don't remember him saying anything. Children separated from their family. No. Before that, there was the shithole comment about the African and Haitian nations being shithole countries. He said nothing. Now children separated at the border from their parents. He said nothing. Am I forgetting the policy in 2019? Oh, I don't know if it was the Brett Kavanaugh thing. Even though he is in a lower chamber, he said nothing. Said nothing. Absolutely nothing. They was applauding him getting a peace treaty with Israel. The people in Palestine was like, no. There's still problems in the Middle East. Overall, Adam Kissinger didn't say shit about Donald Trump's not only behavior but his and Donald Trump shut down the government 3 times. Adam Kissinger didn't say shit. So therefore, Adam Kissinger is an enabler of a white supremacist. He launches this campaign talking about America, whatever, patriots, I don't know. Adam Kissinger is full of shit. And then you have the Liz Cheneys of the world, who calls herself a principled conservative, who voted 92, but is really 97% of the time with Donald Trump. Who voted to impeach him. But what happened the first time? And the first time, he obstructed justice and abused his power. You didn't impeach him then. So why now? Because your life was threatened? Like the Speaker of the House. The Speaker of the House they was trying to kill her on sight. On sight. And then after you voted for impeachment and was threatened by the GOP, now that you're the number 3 Republican, you talking all this shit that Democratic policies are terrible, and then you voted to not strip Marjorie Taylor Greene's committee assignments. I'm not surprised, nor shocked. That's why. That's exactly why she gets no praise from me. Elizabeth and Adam don't get no praises from me at all. So they can keep their principled conservative ideal bullshit into the ground. And that also includes Benjamin Eric Sass in the higher chamber in the Senate. He's being censured from his the GOP in Nebraska, but he also voted 90% of the time with Donald Trump. You were kissing Amy Coney Barrett's ass so much. Talking about originalism. Yeah, your thing of originalism is great. Because that's how he sound. Looking like a whole entire squirrel. No, Benjamin. You're not low, sir. So I wish people would stop giving Benjamin praise. Just because he acknowledged that the election was real. Why the fuck you didn't say anything, Benjamin? That's what I'm saying. These principled conservatives are full of shit. And he's not the only one. You have insurrectionist Rafael Cruz, insurrectionist Joshua Hawley, dumbass Randall Paul. You have Hunter Biden's obsession, Ronald Johnson. You got flat hair Joni Ernst. And redneck racist Marsha Blackburn and Cindy Hyde Smith. So you got all of them trying to run for president. And Tupper Bill is just stupid. I don't even know why he's still in the Senate. But the GOP is a joke. It's not even a party. Oh, John Kennedy is just an idiot. He's just a slob. But overall, they're idiots in that GOP. Straight up idiots. Even though there's problems in the Democratic Party too, but the difference is there's no idiots in the Democratic Party. Whether we don't agree with them ideological wise, there are no dummies like the dumbasses in the GOP that don't even know the government. Tuberville don't even know the 3 branches of government. He thinks the 3 branches of government is the House, the Senate, and the executive. Like there's no legislative branch, which is the House and the Senate. The judicial branch, which is the courts, including the highest court of the land, which is the Supreme Court, and the executive branch, which is the presidency. So those are three branches of government I just named. Sucks that Doug Jones is not even there. But he is a political commentator on CNN, and I think he's going to be a fellow at some kind of university. So kudos to Doug Jones, who actually cares about the people that he served. But more dumbass shit. So I watched The View today, and I watched for I watch it while I'm working from home. Van Jones was a guest. He has a documentary coming out with Meghan McCain. He thought he was going to get an easy ride because, Joy was the moderator. He thought he was going to get an easy ride. But Sonny hit him with, you were a very staunch critic of Donald Trump. And then all of a sudden you made this change where you pretty much was kissing his ass. And then when Biden got elected, he cried. Because he was a commentator that was covering the coverage. Was on the coverage, excuse me. She said so, and black people don't trust you. And I'm one of them. Once he started licking Trump's ass in 2017, I was done. He had a show called The Messy Truth. Was terrible. The Van Jones show ain't going nowhere. And you thought SC show was going to get off the air. Huh? No. SC show is better than yours. And I don't even like SC like that. SE Cup. But yeah, Van did the invasion of the body snatchers. And who else questioned him was Ana Navarro. Which him and Ana Navarro were both CNN political commentators that were very critical of Donald Trump, along with Tara Setmeyer and some other Democratic folks as well. Because both Ana Navarro and Tara Setmeyer, and I can say Amanda Carpenter, they were very critical about the about Donald Trump. But Ana Navarro did not know this, that Jared Kushner wanted her and Van Jones to be fired back in 2016. But when Van Jones started, working with the Trump administration on criminal justice reform and just smiling up in their faces, Anna took heed to that. So she asked him about the Candace Owens picture. Why are you smiling with her, knowing that she's deplorable and despicable? Because she is deplorable and despicable. I don't like her. And even though I'm not a fan of the Alexandria Ocasio-Cortezes of the world, but the fact that you coming at her when Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez don't come for you is just like, why are you trying to just amplify yourself? You look like a straight up dumbass. But he pretty much, let's just say how he got dragged. He got his wig snatched, the wig that he never had. Because that's what it was. And then I also posted a video on my timeline, on my Twitter timeline, when DL dragged him for filth as well. For a straight 5 minutes. Because he came for Kamala. And I'm still mad that Van came for Kamala when you don't know nothing about no motherfucking about the vice president. Vice President Harris. I got to correct myself. You don't know nothing about Vice President Harris's record. You only hear what other people have said about her record. Because Van Jones criticized Vice President Kamala Harris, because he did, about her not, meeting, being with Donald Trump at Benedict College. Why should she? With all the racist shit he said, why should then Senator, now VP Harris, be anywhere near Trump's vicinity? So that's what he got mad at. And so that's where DL basically blasted him his ass. But overall, Van Jones' political commentary, can go ship to like another moon or another planet somewhere because it ain't shit. I don't trust him. I don't fuck with that dude. I don't care what good he's doing. I will not give him no credit. Oh, Chantay, you're shitting on the black man. I'm not shitting on the black man. Van Jones is full of shit. Van Jones will carry water for a white supremacist. And that's the motherfucking truth. Because you already saw it with the last administration. So there you have it. And speaking of white supremacy, Lou Dobbs' show, and I'm going to read the reason why he has been canceled, but Lou Dobbs have been canceled, which is a good thing because I'm tired of looking at his nasty, raggedy ass on Fox. But there's an article, I think in the Huffington Post. The cable channel X Lou Dobbs Tonight, hosted by staunch Trump ally. Fox Business Network has canceled Lou Dobbs Tonight, a show hosted by the staunch ally of Donald Trump. The show will air for a final night on Friday. The Los Angeles Times first reported it, and CNN also confirmed the show's cancellation. Lou Dobbs, a top-rated host on the Fox Business Network and a fervent Trump supporter, repeatedly gave credence to the former you-know-who lies at the presidential election being fraudulent. Dobbs hosted guests who made unfounded claims of widespread election fraud and rallied against Republican officials who accepted the legitimate results of the November election. Dobbs, who's still under contract with Fox Business Network, reportedly won't appear on other shows moving forward, according to the LA Times. The cancellation comes one day after electronic voting system company SmartMac filed a defamation suit against Fox Corporation, accusing the parent company of falsely reporting the Smartmatic rigged the 2020 election. Dobbs was named in the suit along with news personalities Maria Bartiromo and Janine Representatives of the cable network did not immediately return a request for comment. Last month, fueled by Trump's and right-wing pundits' lies and conspiracy theories denying the legitimacy of the election, an air mob stormed the U.S. Capitol, endangering lawmakers gathering there to certify the electoral vote results. 5 people were left dead, including a U.S. Capitol officer, which they had his service today, which was very beautiful. A couple of days ago. Dobbs later raged against some of the Republicans who criticized the you-know-who for inciting the mob of the National Mall rally just before January 6th insurrection. So, along with Lou Dobbs and the two knucklehead women at Fox, you had also Sidney Powell is another one. And disgraced New York Mayor Rudolph Giuliani. Am I surprised? No. I'm not shocked either. I'm not. But I will say this. You reap what you sow. God don't like the ugly. You reap what you sow. And also, who appeared on Lou Dobbs. I also shared this video of Senator Bernie Sanders appeared on his show, basically not voting for comprehensive immigration reform during the Bush era. As much as I couldn't stand Bush, at least he was trying to get immigration done. And even President Obama was trying to get it done. And look what challenges President Obama had to face just for being black as our leader. And because he was a black president, you had white moderates and both parties, Republican and Democrat, was not a fan of his. Of course, you had conservatives. They already showed their ass. But no one talks about the progressives who has a disdain for President Obama. It didn't start in 2015. It actually started in 2010. Because most of his policies were quote unquote centrist. If they were so centrist, why is the ACA still the law of the land? If the policy was so centrist, why is his vice president, who was now the president of the United States, is interest back into the Paris Climate Accord? Yeah, he wanted to primary President Obama back in 2012, and he was told no. Because Barack Obama was popular then. He was mostly getting us out of the economic downturn, and also Hurricane Sandy that time. And he was our president. He stopped campaigning. He's like, I'm going to be the president of the United States. And he won everybody over. All of this, him being in office, was whiteness. No, it was blackness. It was his blackness. And the white fragility was on and popping since 2010 from conservatives, white moderates in both parties, and the white progressives. It was on and popping. Yep, and please believe it or not, Vice President Harris was always progressive. That's something that the Bernie cult left have also said, that Kamala Harris is a centrist, when Kamala Harris was never a motherfucking centrist. So let's get that straight. Most of her policies were innovative, and they're being used today. Her Back on Track program, which reduces recidivism. And then her terms in the Senate, where legislation she introduced was forward thinking, that will affect everyone, will help everyone in all different racial backgrounds. It's called intersectionality. Something that Elizabeth Warren should take note on. She is the number 2 progressive at the time in the Senate under Ed Markey, even though Kamala Harris proposed and composed more legislation than Ed Markey. Before she even was selected as the vice president, she was putting out numerous of COVID bills that will actually help me. The unifibroids, because black women, we have that. Fibroid issues. We have been having fibroid issues forever. Also, the Vote Safe Act, which helped us vote safely during the time of this pandemic. Also, the Save Our Streets. That was to help local corner stores and businesses, including the ones in New York, because there's a lot of bodegas that need that money. And lastly, the bill that somebody proudly takes credit for when they were only a co-sponsor. $2,000 a month to Americans making $125,000 a year and less. Yes, Vice President Harris is always by Joe's side. That's how Joe Biden, well, then when he was the vice president, was by Barack Obama's side. It's like, it's a nostalgia. It's like having Joe and Barack in office. It's just now it's Joe and Kamala. And I know President Obama is very proud, because President Obama and then Vice President Biden campaigned for then Kamala Harris. Oh, wow. But I'm glad we have a normal president again, because I do miss that. And people say that Joe Biden was supposed to run in 2016. Because Bo died, he didn't even want to even be in the world. President Biden. And people didn't like Hillary Clinton. For some reason, people had a whole bunch of made up shit. But if we had Hillary Clinton, we wouldn't have no goddamn pandemic. Joe Biden would have been working. Oh, Joe, you've been working on this this pandemic, because he handled the last 2 pandemics that we had that could have been spread it worldwide, like influenza, but it didn't. So this is the second pandemic that spread it worldwide by a U.S. president. And now it's going to take the former vice president, who is now the president, and the first female vice president to get this under control. Yeah, Hillary would have handled it so much better. She would have actually listened to Dr. Anthony Fauci, which now Dr. Anthony Fauci is the chief medical expert to Joe Biden. That's an upgrade from being at the National Health Institute. It's a good thing. But the reason why I'm on these progressives is because they've been making a lot of noise. They've been saying a lot of fucking bullshit before Joe Biden got in there, and then now a little after, all of this BS. But his approval ratings came, and he's had high approval rating numbers because he's getting shit done. He's signing executive bills after executive bills. But then you got your small smidge of few that don't know how to shut the fuck up, like Brianna Gray and Katie Hopper and what's his face? Jimmy Dore. Who just don't know how to shut the fuck up. I'm about to be off this thing real soon because I realized I'm about to enter my time. But they don't know how to shut the fuck up. So Rihanna Gray saying a vote is only tougher than in-store, and it only forces some Democrats to reveal how little they care about the constituents. No. See, this is the issue that I have. Democrats do care about their constituents. They just don't go about it the way you go about it because you're a fucking idiot. These progressives know so much about the government, but they don't know how to pass bills or to communicate their message because they're such a misogynistic motherfucking assholes. So to the Brianna Grays of the world, to the Katie Hoppers of the world, to the Jimmy Dores of the world, and all you other progressive degenerate ass motherfuckers, including Ryan Knight, the proud socialist himself, y'all all need to shut the fuck up, find something to do, find a new hobby, find a new thing to criticize, like Republicans, and keep the president and definitely the vice president, the Madam Vice President name out your mouths. But as I end this, make sure you love on your loved ones. Make sure you care about your loved ones because I know too many people that have lost people that were very close to them. And we must honor our mothers, our fathers, our siblings, our grandparents, whoever is in your life that's your family. Honor those who love, even if your spouses, honor them because you don't know when they're going to leave this world, because they will leave unexpectedly. So I will leave that with you. But until then, you have a good night. Continue to wear your mask, social distance, and do whatever you have to do. Take care of yourselves.